Hey business besties, welcome back to the show. This is part 2 of my conversation with Michelle at LV. Michelle, welcome back. We're going to jump into some of your resource recommendations.
Let's do it.
Cool. So if you didn't listen to part 1, make sure you go into it. We are super tactical in that conversation about all things Amazon, Costco, relaunching. It's a really resource-heavy conversation in itself, but in this one, we're going to call out some specifics. So first of all, let's talk about some specific like business resources, courses, tools, things that have been helping you as you've been building your business.
Yeah. So one hack is if you have a Spotify premium membership, you can listen to audiobooks for free. And that is such a hack. I'm listening to this one audiobook called Traction. And
that's a great book.
So good, right? And that completely changed my mindset around giving every member on your team like one number or a KPI for them to work up towards. So instead of everyone having massive to-do lists, it's what are you doing that funnels into that number that they need to hit? And it helps focus me and my team of what's important. And he was talking about this one chapter about like your rocks, like 3 to 7 things that really drive growth for the next 90 days. And I think that's so key to think about your business is you can be thinking about 2 years out, 3 years out, especially for investors or just as a business owner. And it's so important to kind of get into the 90-day framework because a lot can happen in 90 days and you can see a lot of shift happen. And focusing it to 3 to 7, I thought that was really impactful.
I think that's such a good piece of advice because not only do you need that for the business to work, but also I think to like, if you're an entrepreneurial person, to maintain your level of excitement and energy that you need to bring to this, like you need to see goals being met and you need to see traction. And so I think like setting those really specific KPIs for different team members is really helpful just personally as well.
Yeah. And you cut through the clutter of like what isn't worth my time? What is just an energy drain? What is just something I feel like I should say yes to, but it's not adding to the bottom line. And so from a focus and efficiency standpoint, which is so critical when you're early stage, that was huge.
Awesome. Okay. You mentioned as well in the first part of our conversation, you mentioned Boomerang, which is something that you're using for inbox management, which is great. Is there anything else that you're using that you recommend folks check out?
Yeah, I mean, Slack is great. I use that really as kind of like our hub. I use Notion as well, just for kind of like having separate notes or if there's like a hub that I want to direct different members of my team to. And just using like Google Sheets. I mean, these are all so very basic, but Canva as well. I signed up for the premium because removing of the background is super key. You know, anywhere that you can really just like cut costs as well too by just asking. I think like for Boomerang, for instance, I reached out to the founders like, hey, woman-owned business, female founder, woman of color, like, is there any, discount that you could provide me? And they offered a discount. So I think that mindset too is a hack in and of itself of just never being afraid to ask for, I
do this too.
Better payment terms. Yeah. It's doesn't hurt.
Amazing. You also recommended a course that you did to help you level up on paid ads. That was called Admissions.
Admissions, AD, and it's by Common Thread Collective. I just remembered
it. We'll put a link in the show notes.
Yeah. So they have a bunch of different resources. They can do ad buying for you, but I really liked, it's kind of like group coaching where you have a Slack group and you can watch all these modules and online trainings at your own pace. For me, I just saw it as an extension of my business MBA. I'm like, I'm here to learn, and this is really exciting for me. This is a skill that I will continue to see dividends on. And it just taught me a greater understanding of just like marketing, creative psychology of consumer purchasing that I take into multiple parts of my business.
Have you done an MBA?
I have not. I took the capital I was going to put into getting an MBA and invested into starting a lobby.
You got the real world experience, which I think is going to be so much more valuable for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Okay, business besties, let's switch gears for a second. Real quick, I want to talk to you about this season's presenting sponsor, Vistaprint. They are sponsoring this entire season of the Female Founder World podcast, and we love a supportive sponsor. So much so that we're actually working with Vistaprint ourselves to create the merch and all of those beautiful event perks that you know and love from our in real life Female Founder World events. If you haven't heard of Vistaprint, here's what you need to know. Vistaprint helps all kinds of business owners print all kinds of marketing products like super professional business cards, fun merch, eye-catching flyers and brochures, and a whole bunch more. And it's all completely custom, so you can do whatever you want. Whatever you're imagining right now, Vistaprint can print it. And if you're wondering if you're ready to be a designer girly, their easy-to-use website makes it super simple. Plus, they have designers on hand to help you if you really need it. Right now, Vistaprint is giving all Female Founder World podcast listeners a little something, 25% off your first order at Vistaprint.com. Use the code FFW25 at checkout and step up your branding game. We put a link in the show notes if you want to learn more. Okay, anything else that we've missed?
Let me think. I mean, just like kind of in terms of like morning routines, for me, a huge game changer has been going for a morning walk. And as much as I try to stay off my screens first thing in the morning, unfortunately, that's not realistic because I have team members at different time zones. And it just kind of helps me to just give myself like quick 10 minutes to like check, make sure there's no fires. And then I go for a walk and I listen to either a podcast, a walking meditation, or sometimes I'll just listen to 528 hertz music. So that is like at a higher frequency that's actually very calming for the brain. So I'll do that as I'm like getting ready for the morning. I can also listen to it as I'm just doing some deep work, and that really helps calm my nervous system down. So that's a hack too.
That's a great one. Are there playlists on Spotify?
Yeah, you could literally just type in 528 hertz HZ onto Spotify and I just have it saved and I always pull it up.
Okay, amazing. Michelle, thank you so much. Love this.
Thank you.
I just wanted to jump in and end the show with a quick thank you and shout out to all of our paid Business Besties subscribers. For $9 a month, Business Besties bypass literally years of networking by getting access to all of the people that you need to build your dream business. Besties get access to exclusive in-person meetups in cities all across the US, Australia, and the UK. You get access to our group chat and you get to bypass the waitlist. You also get invited to exclusive monthly group business coaching call sessions where you can speak to experts and founders and ask them all of those questions that you just can't Google. It's $9 a month. You can cancel anytime. Head to bestie.femalefounderworld.com or click the link in the show notes for more.